Anger outside R.A.F Scampton with clashes between protesters and security staff. It's expected that asylum seekers will start to arrive at the site within the next few days. At one stage today, 7 police cars were there with officers dealing with scuffles outside of the gates of the site. Well, Jo Maker has spent the day at R.A.F Scampton. She's still there now. Jo, what's been happening?
Well, Peter, where we are now, the buildings behind me with the lights on, those are the buildings that the Home Office is working on to prepare for when the asylum seekers arrive. They will house the first few, we understand. But the people who are doing that work, so who are coming on and off the site, we've seen in the last couple of days that they have been increasingly targeted by some protesters. There are some protesters at the main gate who today stopped a car. Tensions rose, security intervened, and what we saw, what we filmed, was the scuffle that broke out and the arrests that were made. What led to the arrests was an altercation between security staff and a protester. In the minutes before, a car driving into the site had been stopped. People were pointing phones at the man inside and shouting at him. Then at one point, as you see, a man moved between the car and one of the security officers. There was a scuffle.
What the fuck are you doing? Are you swinging?
The police arrived soon after. We watched them make 4 arrests, 3 men and a woman. Lincolnshire police say they remain in custody and will be interviewed in due course. Now, before this took place, we'd interviewed Lincolnshire police this morning, and they had told us they were concerned about local protesters being infiltrated by people from outside who had come to the site with perhaps a different agenda. And I can tell you that when I got to the main gate, there were a couple of people who I recognised as being regular protesters who come every afternoon. There were other people who were identified as citizen journalists, as vloggers. Now, there are also 2 different protest sites. Sarah Carter has stressed to us tonight her camp, which is about 200 yards away on a different part of the A15, is nothing to do with what happens at the main gate today.
Jo, thank you very much indeed. And of course, as ever, we will follow the story.